Whoa, this is a hot day today. Holy mackerel. Okay. Howie, finally we get to meet.
Good morning.
How are you? Good to see you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. So this is your bullet,
That's right.
eh? And it's a motorcycle. It's not out of a gun, right?
Exactly.
But there is a relationship we can talk about later on.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's have a little gander at this machine here.
Right.
Holy mackerel. You know what? It's like I remember it. But that's a long, long time ago. But now this is a fairly new model, right?
This is an 04, made in Chennai, India. Used to be called Madras.
Madras, yeah,
Everyone's
Madras.
more familiar with
Yes.
Madras.
Very-
They've changed all the names.
Yeah.
It used to be Bombay, now it's
Yeah.
Mumbai.
Bombay, when the British were there.
Yes.
Yes, in the colonial years.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago. So, Howie, you know, I appreciate you letting us see your bike, you know, and when I heard about you and your bullet, I thought I just had to come and see it. But, you know, we had a quick chat earlier on, and you were telling me that you got enthralled with this particular motorcycle when in a trip to India. Can you tell us what happened there?
Oh yeah, well, in India, I used to go there on business all the time, at least once a year. And we were importing electrical switchgear and motors and things. And all the police and all the military are driving these. And all the company owners, you know, they have their favorite parking spot where they park their Enfield, and they're so proud of them.
And I think maybe one of the reasons that it was called the Royal Enfield, right? So anything with the Royal in front of it had great prestige in India.
Oh yes.
And even today, the Indian folks, they just love this motorcycle, and it's such a thing to own one over there, right?
Yeah, this would be the preferred motorcycle in India.
Yeah. Speaking of the 500 Bullet, you know, a lot of folks won't know, but this machine here is the longest running manufactured motorcycle in the world, bar none. The Royal Enfield Bullet.
I hadn't
Okay,
heard that, but
it's
yeah,
been in
that makes
production. It's been in production the longest of any other motorcycle in the world, and that's saying something.
Longer than Harley Davidson.
Yeah. So you were over in India,
Yes.
and then you said, by gar, I got to have one of those machines.
Yeah, I wanted to get one, so I looked into it, and you can't import them into Canada
Oh, is that
directly
right?
from India.
No.
So I had to find someone over there that would help me. So I took a couple of trips over there, and I found an agent that would help me. And so what he did was, I went and bought the motorcycle, and he had it all taken to pieces and put it in separate crates, and then I imported his motorcycle parts.
Ah.
And then I assembled it here
Yeah.
and took pictures,
Yeah.
and then took them to the lawyer
Yeah.
and got him to swear out an affidavit for me
Yeah.
to say that I built this motorcycle from parts.
Yeah.
Then I took it to the license office and got it registered as a home built.
Okay, so let's take a little look at your Bullet here. Now, basically, this is the same machine that was built in the Enfield factory in England, in Redditch, in 1955.
Yes.
I mean, they really, the design and the castings and everything was shipped over to India, I think in 55. And where they started to manufacture the same machines over there under license. So basically, these castings and everything you see here is exactly the way it was built in England. And,
Yeah.
and they built the same motorcycle exactly the same way in India, so it was an exact copy, basically. Now, this particular machine here, I've noticed that there's some upgrades on here that's gone to, I don't know if that's a CDI pointless system there, or I know it has an automatic, automatic advance and retard on it.
Yes.
And I believe on this particular model too, they beefed up the bottom end on them to make them a little more reliable. But the Enfield had a great name and carried on for a number of years in England before its demise in 1970, I think, if I remember rightly. Unfortunately, when Norton Villiers' Triumph took over the marque, they kept it going for a couple of years, and then it fell by the wayside in the big collapse of the motorcycle industry in England in the 60s and the 70s.
Oh,
So, but thank God the DNA was kept in India, and now today Royal Enfield is being you know, they're finding new markets for it, and it's been expanded, and new models, and are upgrading the technical design of the machine, as more reliability. And so What a fantastic ride. You know, you have a nostalgic ride of yesteryear today,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's the appeal.
It'd be like buying a 1965 Mustang, exactly brand new, exactly the way they used to make it, which you can't get.
Great analogy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, fantastic. So,
So all the original parts are still
Now-
made and they're available.
so Howie, you told me you're going to let me ride this machine.
I don't know. I don't
You said you're going to let me ride this, but you just told me you put this together from bits and pieces that you had shipped up from India. Do I need to do a circle check, safety check on this first, or?
It's got a lot of quirks,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's been a long time since you shifted with your right foot.
Yes, I haven't shifted with my right foot for a long, long time.
So what if you
But
get in an
hopefully it'll
emergency
come back.
situation,
It's like,
instead of hitting the brake, you hit the gear shift.
yeah, that's
What's
it.
going to happen then?
Yeah, that's. Let's not go there.
Okay.
Let's not go there. It's kind of like you know, driving on the left-hand side of the road and driving on the right-hand side of the road. You know, which side am I on?
Okay, as long as you wear a helmet, I'll let you take it for a
Oh,
ride.
that's
I'm
great.
just concerned about your own safety.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Howie. Thank you very much. Beautiful. What a ride. I can't believe it. You know what? This takes me back to the day. And what a beautiful sound it makes as you go down the road. And some of the other things that we forget about, you know, the Brits were quite inventive in their day. We have a little extra indent here, a little lever, just for those guys that can't find their, you know, their neutral very easily, you know. So to make it simple, you just use your heel, click down on that, and it puts the bike into neutral for you. Where have you seen that before? Only on a British bike like the Royal Enfield. By the way, Enfield was the name of the company that was first formed in 1898, if I remember. And the Royal was added because they actually supplied armaments to the forces in England in the First and the Second World War. For you veterans out there, you've got to remember the Lee Enfield rifle. Okay, well, this is part of the same family. And also the Enfield, when they first started out, they were building bicycles and lawnmowers and stationary engines. So I'm sure a lot of this early, you know, long stroke design comes from some of the stationary engines that were some of the early designs. But much like a lot of British bicycle manufacturers of the day, like BSA, Birmingham Small Arms, they also made weapons and armaments for the British military. So there's a lot of similarity between the engineering companies in those days that were started out. But look at this, long stroke motor. Forget the horsepower of this one, somewhere around 20, 25 horsepower. Not a lot of horsepower, but big flywheels, lots of torque. And we have a wet sump crankcase. And this is a Burgess style exhaust here, but a lot longer than I remember, so I'm not sure. This may be Enfield's own design. And here we have a little outlet there. I think that's for probably to help with the decompression of the motor. there is a decompression lever up here, because if you try to kick one of these over without using the decompressor, you're going to end up over the handlebars. That was typical of most big singles of the day, British singles anyway. Drum brakes on this particular model, but I know the later ones now have disc. But suffice it to stop. So, you know, as a retro classic, you can buy new. I mean, which is affordable for anybody who wants to get into motorcycling. I think it's a great way to get onto your first motorcycle, you know. And you don't have to scream down the highway on a machine like this, but you can certainly enjoy the twisties and the back roads and the beautiful countryside. That's what motorcycling is all about, right? It's not about the highways and down the road. It's all about the back roads and the twisties and just smelling the honeysuckle in the air and traveling through the farmers' fields. So anyway, it was very comfortable to ride. The seat was comfortable. The suspension was good. Hey, it's not a modern motorcycle, but you know, you're not buying a big street cruiser or a rocket anyway. So hey, you know what? Put your leg over one. Go down to a local dealer close to you. Take one for a ride. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's a great machine.